Hi, my name is Joe. In this video, we're going to talk about what you need to set up IP camera system. The first device we're going to pick is the camera. It makes sense. The camera produces the video. We care about the video, especially the quality of the video. We want to have the facial detail, also the car plate. So what decides the quality of the video? It's the pixel. So we can pick as much pixel as we can from the camera, like the 8K IP camera. But another important thing is about the lens. Let me give you an example. If you have like the 8K IP camera but you're watching the whole playground, everybody become tiny. You cannot have any facial detail. But even I just have the 2 megapixel IP camera, but I just put the camera to watching the entrance of the door, the facial detail will come up. So you can see it's not only about the pixel, it's about the pixel density. And what controls the pixel density? It's the lens. The wider the camera can see, the small pixel density you have and the less detail you get from the camera. So it will be ideal if you can zoom in and zoom out the lens after you install the camera, and you can allocate all the pixel to the area you want to watch. These two cameras, you have the motorized zoom lens, which means you still can zoom the lens to focus the camera to the area you want to watch, so you can have all the pixel from the camera, just watch the specific area you're going to monitor. These two are different types. This is the bullet camera, look the bullet, and this is the dome camera. Which one to pick is just personal prefer. There's no much different. But if you choose this kind of dome camera, you just make sure there's special coating in front of these glasses. If the glasses without the coating, it's very easy to get scratched. And at night, when the light travels through these glasses, it's going to produce the curves. It will disturb your image. That's the reason why now the bullet camera is more popular than the dome, because it doesn't have this kind of issue. Alright, now the second device is the recorder. The recorder will determine how many IP camera you can use in the system. Like this one, you can take in 32 IP camera. And there are some recorder you can take in 64, but usually the 16 will be maybe enough for your small system. And also the hard drive. The hard drive is usually being sold separately. It's not pre-installed. The reason is you can use different kind of hard drive. If you want a longer time recording, you need to pick a large hard drive. And there's one important function we usually mention is about the motion detection. The motion detection will check the change between the two images, the two frames. If it detects any change between the two frames, it's going to set off the alarm or start saving the footage to the hard drive. But the motion detection is not accuracy. Anything change, even the flashlight or the trees moving, it will going to set off the alarm. So now we can use the other advantage detection. It's called human shake detection. The human shake detection will check the human body, the human shape. If it discovers the human shape within the image, it's going to set the alarm and start recording the footage to the hard drive. Is this being done by the NVIDIA? No. Actually, this is being done at the camera. So when you need this kind of function, you need to make sure your cameras support the human shape detection. When the camera detects the human shape, it's going to send the message to the recorder, and the recorder will start recording. Actually, the recorder didn't conduct the detection, but the camera. Okay, now the next thing is about the switch. We need this switch to set up the whole network, so we can connect the camera to the switch. Even the recorder will be connected to the same switch. We got the two kind of switch. One is the 8 port, here is the 16 port. Also, we have 24 port. This port will determine how many cameras you can connect to the system. The next thing about switch is the power. So all these ports share the same power source. So when you set up the system, you need to calculate the total power source. Like this kind of camera, usually it just will take about 10 watts or less than 10 watts. So if we got the like 16 channel, we may need 160 watts in total from the switch. And about the bandwidth, I think most of the switch can provide enough bandwidth, because this camera only needs about 10 megabytes per second. For this switch, each of the port can provide 100 megabytes per second, so the bandwidth should not be the problem at all. Okay, the last but not least is the cable. Should we pick the Cat5e or Cat6? I think the Cat5e is more than enough. As we just mentioned, each of the cameras just require about 10 megabytes per second, and the Cat5e can carry at least 100 megabytes per second. But one thing important is about the cable is what make of your cable. We should use the cable which is made of the pure copper, 100% copper. Because we plan to use the PoE, that means the power is going through this cable. When it's the pure copper, it's going to reduce the power loss in light. But if we're using the low cost like the CCA, it's going to cause a lot of power loss in light, especially you have the wrong lamp, don't have enough power when the cable reaches to the camera. Okay, now let's just move to the workshop and have a quite simple set. Here we go, I got the network recorder power up. Also, I have this HDMI cable to connect the recorder to the TV. Meanwhile, I also got this mouse attached to the USB port, so I can operate the recorder by using this mouse. The next thing I'm going to do is I need to connect this PoE switch to the router. So I got this short punch code, and I will link to one of the uplink ports. But actually, you can also use the PoE port. It doesn't matter because the PoE port can work with non-PoE device. So I will use uplink port in this case and pick one of the ports from the router. This is the camera. Now I need to use the short punch code to link the camera to the PoE switch. Just pick one of the ports at the PoE switch. Once I plug in, I can hear the camera's motor is running. The camera is equipped with the motorized zoom lens. The maximum distance between the switch and the camera is about 300 feet. If you have a longer run, like 500, 600 feet, you may need like the equipment like the PoE standard to repeat the PoE network. Okay, now let's just go to the setting of the recorder and connect the camera to the recorder. And click the plug button. Now you can see the recorder already discovered the camera in the same network. So what I need to do, just wait for a while and double click. And I can see the camera go down to the second column, and we can see the status become connected, which means the camera is connected to the recorder. Just remember to click the apply, it will save the setting to the camera. Okay, now we can see the camera's live. Remember what we say about the pixel density at the beginning. When you install a camera, you really want to see the detail of the image, like the facial or the car plane. You can see the camera see quite wide angle, right? But the image, the object is quite small. So with this camera, I can use the zoom function. Let me just zoom in. You can see now the camera seeing small area, but the object is become, like everything, just wait for a while because it need to focus, get the best focus. Everything's become more clear. Alright, that's all for today's video. If you have any question, please post in the comment section below. See you next time.